The Order of the Open Circle, Awakening to Unlimited Abundance. The lanterns along the hidden corridor flickered as Elias descended the stone steps into the subterranean hall known only to a handful of people in the world. He had been invited by a message sealed with a symbol he had seen since childhood, an open circle of light. No one ever received that seal unless the senders already knew everything about them. And the senders called themselves the Circle of Plenty. When he reached the final step, the vast chamber opened before him, vaulted ceilings, copper sconces, and a round table carved with constellations. 11 figures stood waiting, not robed, not masked, simply poised, steady, quietly radiant. One of them stepped forward, a silver-haired woman with warm, unhurried eyes. "Elias," she said, "welcome. You have felt scarcity your whole life, yet you also sense something deeper, something far truer." He swallowed. "If you know that, then you also know why I'm here." She nodded. "You're here because you believe there must be more than struggle. You feel called to learn the truth of abundance." A soft trembling moved through his chest, not from fear, but from recognition. The woman motioned for him to follow her to the table. On its surface, star-like points of light shimmered as she spoke. "Everything you see in this world is formed from a field of formless energy," she said. "And that field is limitless. This is the first truth." The lights pulsed in gentle waves. Elias leaned closer. "Then why do so many live with so little?" Another member, a man with deep-set eyes, answered softly. "Because people believe in limits. Scarcity isn't real, it's a belief that restricts what they allow themselves to receive. Energy is always offering more than enough." Elias felt a tug inside, part protest, part hope. "I was always taught that wanting more makes you ungrateful, that life gives you what it gives you." The woman turned her gaze to him, kind, yet unwavering. "That is the very misunderstanding that keeps humanity struggling. Desire is not greed, desire is guidance." She placed her palm on the glowing table, and new patterns of light emerged, flowing rivers, branching paths. When you desire something, it is because the universe has already prepared its vibrational counterpart for you. Abundance is not earned, it is received. Elias inhaled sharply, as if something old and heavy loosened in his ribs. The silver-haired woman continued, "But the receiving requires one thing, alignment, a vibration of openness, trust, and allowing. Abundance can only flow to a mind that is willing to believe it is normal to receive." He let the words sink in like warm light through stone. "Then, scarcity never came from the world itself?" "Never," the deep-set man said. "It came from beliefs passed down faulty, fearful, well-meaning but untrue. Beliefs that say life is limited, but life cannot be limited. Energy cannot be limited." A hush filled the hall. The woman gestured again, and the lights on the table shifted into the shape of an open doorway. "Elias, we brought you here because you stand on the threshold of a different life, one of ease, flow, and plenty. But you must choose it." He frowned slightly. "How?" "By practicing the 3 keys." Her voice was steady, rhythmically calm. "First, recognize abundance is already present, not coming someday, present now. Second, release the belief that receiving requires struggle. Third, maintain thoughts that feel good, because good feeling is the true signal that you are aligned with abundance." Elias felt his heartbeat slow, steadying into a warmth he rarely experienced. Another member stepped forward, a younger man with a journal tucked under his arm. "Your desires, those things you have dismissed as unrealistic, are actually invitations. Once you feel good as you think of them, the path to them begins to unfold." The silver-haired woman added, "Not through force, not through searching, through allowing, through following the good-feeling impulses that arise once you stop resisting what is already meant for you." He took a slow breath, eyes softening. "So my dreams were never foolish?" "Your dreams," she said gently, "were the most accurate part of you." A warmth bloomed behind his eyes, but just as the peace settled around him, a sudden chime echoed from the chamber walls. The members of the circle exchanged glances. The silver-haired woman spoke quietly. "It is time." The floor beneath the table opened in a spiral of light. Within it shimmered scenes, possibilities, roads he had longed for but never believed were real for him. "You are not here to memorize truths," she said. "You are here to live them. Step into the stream of abundance and let it carry you. These are very potted." Elias hesitated at the edge. What if I fail? What if I fall back into old thoughts? She smiled softly. Abundance is patient. It waits each time you forget. It comes again each time you remember. Her words sank deep, dissolving a heaviness he had carried since childhood. He stepped forward. Light rose around him, not bright, but warm, gentle, like morning sunlight on closed eyelids. Within the spiral, he saw his life unfolding differently, not through luck, nor circumstance, nor force, but through alignment. He whispered, "I'm ready." The chamber hummed softly, approvingly. The circle members bowed their heads in quiet recognition. As Elias descended fully into the spiral, he felt his doubts melt away one by one until all that remained was a quiet certainty that life had always intended to support him. Not because he was chosen, not because he proved himself, but because abundance was the natural state of the universe. The spiral of light faded, leaving him standing at the mouth of a sunlit valley he had never seen before. The air was fresh, fragrant, almost musical. He walked forward slowly, each step lighter than the last. And as he moved, ideas began to rise within him, gentle impulses, clear and good feeling, each pointing him toward the life he had always wanted but never felt worthy to receive. He smiled to himself. The circle had not made him abundant. They had only revealed what had always been true. He lifted his gaze toward the horizon. "Let it flow," he whispered. And the world responded,